Hey everybody, how are you guys all doing?
Hi.
Good, how are you?
Pretty good, a little tired still.
Oh, so good.
Welcome to Beyond the Pine 51.
Episode 51. We're here
5-1.
joined by...
51.
I'm Steve.
All right.
I'm Steve.
I'm
right?
Steve.
Is that right, though? 51?
Cinquente?
Sequence.
Cinque.
Yeah.
Cinquente.
So for all you audio listeners out there today, it's Steve, Kib, James, Mimi, and James Allen McCune.
What was it?
Oh yeah.
James Allen, me too.
Me too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Good God.
Inside joke. You guys
It works. Well, it works both ways because of his cuckold nature, but then also because of the joke that we were making that was in private the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jamie worked with a very famous actress
he would
recently.
report himself for the Me Too movement.
Yeah. James Allen McCune held me down and forced himself on me.
I want to see me in prison.
And despite having a wonderful time, I didn't ask for it. Nobody asked for it.
Jamie, you're talking about when you touched yourself last
That was
night?
non-consensual.
Yes, dude, you
I touched
report-
myself non-consensually.
That's so funny
last
if
night.
Jamie
That'd
actually
be a
reports
funny
himself
fucking bit,
for
actually.
masturbating.
Yeah.
That'd actually be a really funny bit. Jamie comes in and he's just distraught. What happened? I was touched last night.
By who? By
I just thought it was going to be a kiss. And it went so much farther.
It led to anal and blowjobs.
Don't look at me this
Sucked
way,
his own
Mimi.
dick.
It turned into blood moon sacrifices.
He was an Aztec prince the whole time.
He went and
Jamie,
fisted me. He fisted
You're
my
talking about
ass.
yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just don't know who I am anymore.
But I know I liked it.
Jamie's split personality raped him last night.
Oh, God, no. Let's move.
So anyway, before we get into everything,
You dirty bitch.
we actually have a couple sponsors for this podcast. One is Quip, and the other is Stitch Fix. Thank you guys both for sponsoring the podcast. Before we get into Stitch Fix, we're going to talk a little bit about Quip.
Oh, yeah.
So the truth is, most of us are brushing our teeth wrong, not for long enough, or forget to change our brush on time. That's because most brands focus on selling flashy gimmicks rather than better brushing, but not Quip. So what makes Quip so different? Well, for starters, Quip is an electric toothbrush that's a fraction of the cost of bulkier brushes while still packing just the right amount of vibrations to help clean your teeth. Quip's built-in timer helps you clean for the dentist recommended 2 minutes with guiding pulses that remind you when to switch sides. Would you guys like to open up some Quip products?
I would.
Next, however, Quip subscription plans are for your health, not just convenience. They deliver new brush heads on a dentist recommended schedule every 3 months for just $5, including free shipping worldwide. Quip also comes with a mount that suctions right to your mirror and unsticks to use as a cover for hygienic travel wherever you take your teeth. Where do you take your teeth, James?
Ball games.
And finally, everyone loves Quip. They were on Oprah's O List, named one of Time's best inventions, and is the first subscription electric toothbrush accepted by the American Dental Association. Plus, they're backed by a network of over 20,000 dentists and hygienists, and hundreds of thousands of happy brushers use Quip every day. So Quip starts at just $25. If you go to getquip.com/pine right now, you'll get your first refill pack free with a Quip electric toothbrush. That's your first refill pack free at getquip.com/pine.
I-N-E.
Spelled GETQUIP.com/pine. Thank you, Quip, for sponsoring the podcast. And now back to your regular
Thanks, Quip.
I get it. It's pine because of sugar bone. So,
Right.
No,
I
what?
thought it was like, I always wondered why they made it.
Thank you
that
to
word.
Warheads for making the sourest food in the world. And that
So you can't handle spicy food. Can you handle sour food?
I mean, it really affects me, but I like it.
I love sour.
Like, I just had a Warhead, dude.
Because you don't like spicy food.
No, that's not true. I like spicy food.
You just know.
I'm just severely affected by the pain of the spice and the effects of it.
So it's not worth it for a lot of different spicy
Depends on
foods.
in my mood. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have to eat that Carolina Reaper back then. I just wanted
Yeah,
to.
but
You
it's-
ate a Carolina Reaper?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was dry and it wasn't like a full Carolina. It wasn't like a real Carolina Reaper.
It was a real Carolina
real, it
Reaper,
just wasn't. It
but
was
it was dry and it was probably less potent for God knows what reason.
the
But
Dude,
juices-
if Dwayne
It fucked me
Johnson flicked me, that would still, it wouldn't be as hard as punch, but that would still hurt the
So
shit out of my
you guys
eyes.
obviously know how hot the Carolina Reaper is,
It's
I
like the
right?
third
don't.
hottest.
I can't fathom that.
That is the hottest thing Kib would have ever eaten if it worked out. Now, he didn't have as bad of a reaction to that Carolina Reaper as he did going to Cow Chop and doing those things.
But that was also a lot of different kinds.
That's true. It was a lot.
Mixing-
If you ate one pepper, that's one thing. But what was it, like 8 sauces back to back? That's just,
And like, it was a good.
so I'm on Kib's
It
side.
was a good amount. It was like this much, like a glob, this much of each of those sauces on a chip.
And some of them were
Shit.
entire things of ramen.
Yeah, and we
Just
had to eat
covered in
entire
sauce.
full bowls of ramen that were soaked in the sauce too. So I had a lot of noodle in my stomach while my stomach was getting upset and eating more and more and more.
Isn't it good to have something in your stomach?
What was the aftermath?
Not when it was just fucking cooked in
Covered.
it.
Oh,
man.
Jesus.
Well, the follow up. What happened at the?
I threw up there
Yeah,
for
you
real.
did.
Like not just a little. Like I was on the floor like sweating and crying. And obviously like the being on the
Yo.
floor was for the camera, but like the throwing up afterwards. And the severe pain, like when the camera was off, I was just scooping ice cream. Like I was in severe pain. I know
was,
James was as well.
It was the pain for me was euphoric. Absolutely.
For a lot
I
of
was
people, it's
very
that way.
much so like on one from that. Like 6
James was fucking rolling.
dude, I was fucking zooted in a poop scoop, man.
Damn.
Like 6 sauces in and I was just like, okay, next one, dude.
Yeah, you were handling it super well. You know who didn't handle something well? This was your guys' first convention. And
Yeah. Wow.
no, I'm
What'd you
kidding.
Kidding. It was amazing.
No,
to
you
have
guys did
there.
a wonderful
Absolutely.
job, both of you guys.
Thanks. I had so much fun. It was awesome.
That was super neat.
What'd you guys expect going into RTX? This is your first convention, right?
well,
No, we've been to a bunch of
No.
conventions.
Well, it's your first convention where it's
With-
like
You were
you're
a
there as a
creator?
personality.
no,
no, not
Really?
him.
no. So we got to know each other because she was my.
No.
I wasn't gonna say assistant. You were my partner.
You were your fucking assistant?
No.
You were his
She-
fucking sister?
She helped me out.
Dude, that's hilarious.
She
no,
would.
I wanted to travel with him so that he would eventually kiss me, and so I went with him to his conventions
That's cute.
and just kind of hung out with him.
Yeah, I
You
went.
fucking fangirl.
I had like Walking Dead conventions that I would go around the country with and stuff.
You were
your-
zombie number 48. I loved you.
yeah,
she
that
was
basically what it
she was your guardian at RTX.
basically yeah. But no, she was. That was just like a good excuse to spend a lot of time together, and it was so. But those were very different because people. I did like nothing on The Walking Dead, so people would come up and they'd be like, "Who are you again?" And I'd have to like explain what
I'm
did
the
on
black guy.
I'd have to like tell them who I was and shit. So very different experience. Like people actually knew who we were here. That was really cool.
Did you get mind blowing?
Did you feel drained by the end of it?
Yeah. But I mean, it was. I was still very. I had a lot of good time. A lot of good times.
Were there oh sorry.
Me too.
I gotta say, by the end though, and
Very
I know James gonna test this, dude. I never thought I could be this drained. And I always thought I'd be able to like at least handle it. And it's like shitty to even talk about because it seems ungrateful, but it's not at all. It's just purely being out of energy. By the end, dude, like having what was for the most part the same conversation with so many people.
yeah.
Because there's a lot of people. We're at RTX where like it's all you guys, and like there's everyone there generally knows who you are, so they want to come talk. And it's usually the same conversation because hi, how are you? How's your time? Blah 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 blah. And it's really nice and special. But holy shit, by the end of it, dude, I was like, it fucked me up. I ran across the street away from James to get away from the
Dude,
convention
that's
center,
amazing.
to just sit
There
down
were,
on the floor.
There were 3 points. I'll tell you guys all the juicy drama from my perspective about meeting people. Now, granted, 99% of the time, super dope. And even when you're tired, if someone's like chill and they're not weird or anything,
I get it.
It's easy to talk. It's easy to talk to
The
people.
most important thing is to match someone's energy that you're talking to.
Yeah, truly.
100%.
So the first time that something weird happened, I believe it was you and me. We were out on the street on 6th Street, and some dude comes up to us with his phone, and he's running by us, and he just is like, I can't do a whistle noise, but he whistled at us right next to us, didn't say anything, and just holds his phone out like that. And I think we were both just like, never just whistle at someone for any reason. He's like, and I think he was very taken aback.
He was. And
Yeah.
actually, I think he tweeted at us after. It was
Really?
just like, sorry for whistling at you guys, but it was like cool to meet you and stuff like that.
I'm not sure there's any good occasion to whistle at someone.
No, you shouldn't whistle at
No.
somebody. It's just,
because
Unless
it's
you're
like
getting your friend's attention.
but
Even
also,
then, it's like
Or you're a dog.
You're
It's like, come here, boy.
No,
Yeah,
like
that's
if you're
what it
like
feels like.
far away and you're like, and you
that's
went,
fine, but not
that's the
like
one time.
if you're like, because we were walking and I think he like walked past us and his first instinct was to go like,
oh
and
no,
then
dude.
like we looked and he like took his phone out and I was like, and we it's funny, like me and Steve were like, and I was like, hey dude, don't ever whistle at a person.
I was the one that said
I'm
it.
not a
though.
golden retriever.
Yeah,
then-
I'm only saying that because I also said that.
The only time you should ever whistle is when you're hunting
you can't
in the
call him.
forest with your dog, and you see a deer, and you're like to make the
If you
dog
see a
move
bear
forward.
and you're like,
Save me from this bear. Save me from my dog.
And then Vinny would just run up and then go on his back and lift his leg and be like,
Fuck me, bear.
Oh no.
the bear would be like, oh, golden retriever.
Time number 2.
And then
Gross. Time number 2, a bad experience was at a community bar that we went to where and normally everyone is really chill. Like there was even a group
Is
that
this
came
the
up to
last
us.
one?
This isn't the last one.
But I mean, is it the one I'm thinking of?
It's the one you're
I don't
thinking
know
of.
if you should tell that one.
Really? Can I give you the break? Can I give them the breakdown of it? Like just I mean, it's not gonna make us look bad or anything. It's just
I also don't want the person watching to feel like complete dog shit.
I don't think they could.
I don't even think they were actually really our fans. Like
No. But basically,
now I'm curious.
that conversation came down to where James and I are just absolutely tired as shit at the bar, and a guy comes up to us, average situation, but I don't remember exactly how he opened up, but it was the worst conversation of all time because he was just a jerk. And at one point, he holds out his badge and he's like, "I got a Bernie sticker on it, and I thought about who's like the lowest on the totem person that I could have sign it as a joke." And then I looked at him and I was like, "I don't know, you." And I was just like,
dude.
And this is...
He was like one of those type of people who is probably socially awkward and has created a defense mechanism of being a jerk because they think that can help them from like in social situations. But then that skill just grew in him and he just became an asshole.
Yeah. I've known a couple people in my
trying to be humorous, but like just read the room.
Usually that's like a response mechanism though. That's like he started the conversation off with just like, you suck, I think you're less than.
Well, here's why too. I think that if anyone knows our content and like our comedy style, so he probably knew that we were the type of people that like, are constantly fucking around with people. So he thought that to put him on the same level as you, or to put him above you, to not feel like a fan,
right.
Which he didn't want to feel. He thought that dissing you would level the playing field a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, what's up? That's funny. That
being said,
in reality, it came off.
There were great interactions at that same bar. Like there was a kid who was dressed just like me, and it was hilarious because he legit looked like me.
There was a girl that was dressed like you too. She was so cool, but she was like,
oh, I might have been talking about the same person.
No, there was the boy.
There were a few people. I
don't think I saw the girl.
Yeah, there was a girl.
It was amazing.
It was really cool.
Amazing. She looked awesome.
Yeah.
And
that
then
was really neat.
The third time was just if you ever saw me out at around 8 p.m. on in any time in Austin on day 3.
Oh man.
Where we all thought we lost the camera. Or it got stolen, and we were just walking around trying to figure out what the fuck to do. And most people that came up to us were fine, but it's just any time there was an interaction that was like weird, my brain could not handle it. And I mean, I didn't say anything mean or anything, but I wasn't like chipper, which was kind of a bummer. But
we explained ourselves though. Like if anyone came up, we'd be like, "Hey, we lost the camera. I'm sorry." We're
do you
like
want to tell the situation for anyone who wasn't like aware what was going on Twitter?
Yeah,
because that's like a pretty big deal just off the cuff like that. You don't know the context.
So it was around, I think it was at the very end of the day when we were at our hotel. We just got back from the convention, and I thought about it. I was like, I don't remember having the camera. And then James, we checked his room, wasn't there. Kib's room wasn't there. My room wasn't there. Checked it again. And that's when the panic started to set in because we couldn't get back into the convention center. No one would let us in. And at the Hilton, they didn't have it in the Lost and Found. And I even checked the panel room that we were in the very beginning, and it wasn't there either. So that's when I was like, assuredly, it's been stolen.
And while Steve is checking the Hilton, me and Kib are at the convention center, and we don't have our badges because we were on our way to go out and get dinner and then go out to a bar. So we didn't have our badges with us. And they wouldn't let us in because I think the event was closing or everyone was like leaving or something. And also we didn't have our badges. And we even had other people from RT with their badges and being like, no, they can absolutely go in here. And they were like, nope, sorry, not how it goes, blah, blah. And in my head, I so badly wanted to say, you are working right now because of us. Like the reason that you're working tonight at this place is because of the convention that's for Rooster Teeth.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
But I was also in such a pissed mode. That's why I was even thinking like that. You know what I mean?
I was just going to say, we were so angry that we thought we lost the camera, so exhausted that them not letting us in to try to resolve something that was worth so much money that is part of the company, like we just had no logic. We were like,
it was purely reactionary.
I could kill you right now.
I was pissed, yeah.
Didn't you and Vicky pop off at one of at somebody or something like that? Wasn't there like a situation?
We were in the convention after that had closed, and we had our badges on, and we were walking, and we were trying to get to the green room, and we got stopped, and we were like, no, it's okay, we're with Rooster Teeth, and he was like, yeah, but we're closed, so you got to get out, and I'm like, no, we work with Rooster. It just
for them, with them. about
I
them.
was like, I get really nervous in those situations. So I was just like, but we're supposed to be here and it's okay and please just let us go. Eventually he understood what we were trying to say, but yeah, we had a little bit of a snafu with one of the security guards.
Eventually, he died.
Not sure what happened, if it was the bullet I gave him or.
But back to the camera situation, though.
Oh yeah, so it was. I mean, all the guardians were trying to help. They, and our guardian in particular, I think he was very nervous.
This is his first year. This
is his first year.
Ever doing it.
And I'll say one more thing about him later on because it's so funny. He was a great guy. But it was the next morning, and you know what? It was the night before. We were all at the industry party, and we were all sitting down in the same area. And it was just like, it was a great weekend up until that point, and I was just kind of like bummed out because
We all were.
lost the fucking camera.
Oh, yeah.
And we're all just sitting there, and that's when I was like, Jimmy Neutron, brain blast. And I looked at you guys, I was like, I remember the last place I left it. And it was when we were doing the panel, I was helping IT set up the panel.
Yeah.
And in the very back of the panel room, and not like where the seats are, but like on the very opposite side, past all the chairs, I had dropped the camera with my vape and my badge, and I said, hey, is it cool if I keep this here? And they're like, sure. So then forgot about it. And I remembered that was exactly where I left it. And I knew in my heart of hearts, if it's not there and I can't find it from that point, it was stolen. It's not just like I left it somewhere even dumber, out of the ordinary, and it's my fault that it got lost. I mean, it would be, but at least I wouldn't have known that it got stolen.
Yeah.
So then the next day I had awakened to countless texts and a bunch of weird tweets from Fareed, because what had happened was they found the camera in probably the panel room. The Guardians found it. There were two Guardians. I don't remember their names in particular. But Fareed took the camera from them and then did a bunch of bits because he's always trying to get in on our channel. And the point of the story is that we got the camera back, and I didn't have to. I had rental insurance as well.
I pay rent.
But I'd have to go make a police report and then try to see the cameras.
That was so funny, though, of Free doing that. Like, it was the perfect thing to do in that situation with the fucking mask and, like, just fucking Free, just every hour, for every hour that you don't pay me, I'll film my own vlog for an hour.
I'll film my own death.
On the channel.
I'll film my own death
for an hour.
It's perfect, though. God bless Free, always coming through.
But it was a really good time. That was a really neat experience. Everyone was super nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was so nervous. I was so nervous to meet people.
Really? Why?
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I'm very awkward in person, and I have a lot of like social anxiety, and I'm an extreme introvert. So being in a large group of people, like, it like emotionally drains me really quickly.
You were so good at that,
I
though.
just wanted to make sure that I was because people like paid to be there. I wanted to make sure that I was giving them everything that I could, because like, holy shit, they flew out there, they got a hotel room, they bought a badge.
Yeah.
You know, I just wanted to make sure that I was on for absolutely everybody, and everyone was just wonderful. I got so many great hugs and handshakes. And
did you get to the point with any of the people that just like were also maybe a little socially awkward and didn't propel the conversation, so you had to take charge and you didn't really know how, and did that give you anxiety and stuff, like having a lot of social
small talk
anxiety?
is really hard for me.
Yeah.
I'm decent at that, but like it's crazy how physically exhausting it is when that situation happens, because you're like, okay, I'm gonna pick up the whole conversation now, move it forward.
Like, you just gotta make something up and talk about it until they've had their full and they can leave.
I created a defense mechanism for that. If I'm approached by somebody, I steer the conversation immediately in the direction that I want it to go, and it's always mean. And that prevents me from having to...
You're ugly.
And that prevents me from having to do a normal conversation and then suddenly start to fill the void if it drops off. Even if they were fully capable of doing it, I immediately steer the conversation my way or the highway. And
just talking about highways all day long.
And I'm not saying it's right.
I-46.
But I'm saying it's wrong.
Well, you're playing a character at that point.
Yeah. And
so they're getting the full Sugar Pine experience.
Although, you always have to gauge the energy. It's like if someone, you can feel like they want a real experience, then you give that to them. If someone wants like a jokey boy from South Detroit, then of course, then
South Detroit,
then I'm here.
Yeah.
But I want to tell you guys something about what happened to our guardian. This was at the same bar that I met the person who was frustrating in the conversation.
I remember.
Dude, we were playing ping pong, and I was just playing, I don't remember his name, it was just some random guy. I was playing ping pong, and to my right, our guardian was sitting down on a windowsill. He briefly sits up very slowly and the loudest crash of glass ever.
Breaks the window.
Breaks the fucking window.
Oh my God.
With his ass. Shatters it.
I don't think he stood up, dude. I saw it happen in the corner of my eye.
he, like, leaned against-
Yeah, he was leaning. He was gonna go lean back against the window, like he was by himself, and he's just drinking. And then he's just like watching Ping Pong and goes.
Just leans back, and it's so slowly too.
Oh no.
I think it's just because like probably the windows were just
Bad.
the same ones that they were when the building was built.
Yeah.
Dude,
So
and then
they-
he fucking walks like away from the window, like really embarrassed, obviously, as
Aw.
anyone would. And then just like brushes off his back and goes stands by the door and goes, just keeps fucking drinking his drink. And I was like, you poor bastard.
Oh,
Make sure there's no
man.
fucking glass in your back, dude.
There was a but then the bar guy came over and he looked at the window. He was like, "All good."
I saw that, yeah. He literally
Looks
went,
better this
all
way.
good.
He's like, "Now we have an excuse to get new
It
windows."
looks better.
I like it more.
You know, I have to say, this RTX, as opposed to any RT event that we've done previously, including Let's Play Live and all that, this one I felt closer to the group of RT people there than ever before, and
Yeah.
it was crazy. Yeah.
Totally.
It was cool because like I spent a lot of time getting to know a lot of people that I didn't before. Like Max, talked to Max for such a long time, dude. We like talking about Old Boy and Korean movies and like just so much shit. And like he was telling me a bunch of like experience that he had on sets before he came to RT and like movies that he's worked on. It's so fucking cool. I love that guy. And like
Max
it's
is
cool
dope.
because especially when you go out to a bar and you're just fucking all drinking and shit, you're gonna just end up having just hour-long conversations out of nowhere with people just because like you get into it and you're just like, wow, I'm like into this conversation.
Dude, I was having a great time up until I had a crisis conversation with Elise. Oh my God. Yeah, we were just like getting into just like the depths of humanity towards the end of the weekend, and it was a very interesting way to end the weekend. You know,
I remember
I
was there for that.
It was cool to have like a fully real, the deepest talk we possibly could, and I'm always very appreciative of talking to Elise because like
Yes, I love her.
she's
so
able to
great.
do just everything,
Yeah.
comedy, and then she's so smart.
Mm-hmm.
So that was
I
really cool.
definitely
Got it.
see like the Funhouse people as like similar to us in a way that like they're all very joking, they're all very like you know, a family and shit like that, and they're like us in 3 years. Like obviously not the same, but like
maybe in 25
About 25 years.
no, I mean like length of doing the show that they've been doing.
Yeah.
right? But obviously it's like all different. So it's like seeing their concerns that they still have or how things have gotten better in their growth and shit like that is really I'm thankful for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like
They're legends, man.
They
They
are.
really are.
Yeah, I really,
Yeah, I think
really
I
admire
see
those guys.
a lot of myself in Elise.
Mm-hmm.
I think I see me in Elise.
Nope.
Oh
Nope.
God.
Nope.
Just kidding.
Has
that's
Sammy
fun.
Joe cut this out?
She knows I don't see me in instantly anyone but Steve.
And instantly anyone but Steve.
I'm definitely inside Bruce.
What's the most uncomfortable fan interaction you've ever had, or like, if you feel comfortable saying?
One of the things that always blows me away, and it's like, it's just because it's a new thing, is like when a fan is so nervous to meet you that they literally can't speak.
Mm-hmm.
Because in my head, I'm always like, it's just me. I'm just like here. Like you could say anything you want to me.
But
it'd
think
be
about
fine.
if you met fucking Leonardo DiCaprio, dude.
I don't think, but I mean, also, I don't think I would.
Obama.
Obama,
Trump.
I'd kill him. Trump, I'd join him.
Oh no.
No, like, but like, I don't know. I'm also not the type of person who gets like starstruck and like I'll be like, oh my god, that's that person right there. Like that's really cool. I really respect them. But I wouldn't be like, and no offense if you are like that, and I appreciate the admiration, obviously. But it's just like I would never, if I was in an opportunity where I was meeting them, especially, I would be like, you're awesome. You're great. Like I love everything you do. I'm a big fan. It inspires me. Stuff like that. Like I wouldn't just like. Again, I'm not trying to shit on anyone because like.
You're
everyone's
so
different.
comfortable.
Well,
with
I
who
do.
you
I
are,
usually just do this. Oh, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Oh, suck it.
No, you're right,
Oh, suck
Jamie.
it.
I am really comfortable with who I am.
though. Well, like I feel like a lot of people just don't know what to do with themselves, or like haven't like pre-planned. Like your brain works really quickly, and you know how to like present yourself and stuff. I think some people that's just not in their wheelhouse.
No, it's just not working.
I just wish I could be that passionate about anything, you know? Like that's
Yeah.
it's
That's the cool thing is like I don't think I mean I'm not a very excitable person. I think I'm pretty mellow.
you're just staring straight at Jamie for that.
It's no, I know she was.
No,
I was
that's
very
not
aware.
right.
Excitable
But, like,
person.
It's not. It's
Are you-
it's probably my fault, not yours.
Why do you want him to reassure you about that?
I don't know. I think I'm but I,
Let's test it out. Jamie, excite Mimi.
Okay, Selena.
that's
Motherfucker.
about it though. Like
Excite Mimi.
Our future together.
Mimi's head explodes.
Too much. Her shoulder pops out. Okay, so
starts turning
sorry.
into the
Sorry.
Hulk.
Anyway,
Oh,
anyway,
dude.
Mimi?
After this, we
I'm
have
just
to
saying-
tell the story about Teddy.
About tit.
oh god.
let's stop mansplaining around Mimi.
I think it's just so cool to see, especially the cosplayers that do like multiple cosplays at RTX. Like to see people that are that passionate, that they get up that early to be ready for the con in full makeup. It's so fucking hot out there. They're wearing all of these clothes and they look amazing, and they're there, and it's like that's just so fucking cool to see people get so excited about something.
Yeah, I admire
I
the
love
shit out
that.
of that.
I love that, and it was so cool to. It was cool to see people get so excited about you guys that they were coming up to us and going like, "Where are the boys? You know if the boys are going to
Yeah.
be here?" And it's so
I couldn't
exciting.
make
'cause
it.
And we
I'm like,
weren't.
That's so
Couldn't
cool.
make it.
It's so cool. Like
it's just great to know, like to see people that love you guys so much,
Yeah.
and it was just.
we just
amazing.
sometimes forget that people are watching us. You know, it's like
Yeah,
it feels like
it's
this.
not just a fucking number that's getting less and less every day.
That's why I
Yeah.
think like it's just a number declining. That's why like I love going to RTX because that's the convention where everyone is there to see you. You know, obviously not 100% of the people, but like they're there for the reason of seeing you and shit like that. And it's so cool to get that perspective and to have that reminder that it's not just a number. There are literal people behind every number that are like giving their time to you, being inspired by you, loving your shit, whatever, like hating your shit, not watching anymore, you know, all that. I had a point I was gonna make.
You almost
love
said
it. You love it.
You
It's just
love
cool.
it.
I loved it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get mushy because like when Mimi would come with me to the horror conventions and stuff that we would do, I would always like sign things and she would kind of help me do whatever. And I remember at one point she was talking to one of the fans or something, and I was like, one day this is gonna be reversed, and I'm gonna be the one behind her while she's signing autographs and shit, and everyone's gonna be fawning over her. And that's exactly what fucking happened this weekend.
yeah.
And I was so excited. Like I had to show up late for a job that I booked, and there was. I thought I was gonna miss it for a minute, and it was like the saddest thing in the entire world. But like that was a dream come true. It was really cool. It was so fucking cool.
Dude, can we give a quick shout out to Vicky?
Vicky, Yeah. oh my
Dude,
God,
turns out
Vicky's
she's the
so dope.
dopest person
Vic
that's ever
truly-
existed.
Yeah.
Vicky is the dopest.
She's very dope.
Me and Vicky bonded at RTX hardcore, and like she is
I know
easily one of the coolest
We
people.
were like, when is she coming home?
Yeah.
Yeah, is she still in Texas?
No, she's over in the other room.
No, 'cause,
Oh.
we all bunked together. Me, Vicky, and Jamie all bunked together. So we got
Oh,
like,
you mean,
super
like-
duper Vicky. She was
Gotcha.
out late with James one night, and we were like, I got
I know,
all
we
mama
missed
on
her.
Yeah, what did you guys get up to?
Dude, I'm laughing so hard because Kip, dead serious. Oh, is she still in Texas?
Well, yeah, but she's like,
Dog, it's our third day back at work.
with no context, she was like, yeah, we're like, when is she coming home? So I'm like,
Oh,
I don't know what
because
that
she
means.
would-
The only thing that can mean to me is, where is she right
Well, because
now?
Vicky knows how to party.
Where is
Like,
she?
She
Where
was
is she right
out.
now? Where's the girl? Vicky.
What'd you do with her?
No, wait, she's fucking awesome.
She's so
I
fucking
love
cool.
her.
Should we talk about the thing that happened with just talking about your excitability or whatever? Like we had that situation with Teddy.
Teddy?
Teddy Roosevelt?
Did you guys bring him
Teddy.
back?
Ted, the movie?
You can tell if
Can
you
we?
want.
Are you comfortable with me telling the story? This
Ted
was
who?
weeks
Who's
ago.
Ted?
Teddy.
Who's Teddy?
You guys will know what I'm talking about in a minute. This was.
I don't
this,
know who Teddy is.
You can tell it if you
This
want.
is just
What's
freaking
his
me out.
real fucking name,
Okay.
man?
His name is Teddy.
There's a
Who's
sweetheart.
Teddidiah.
In our lives is a boy named Teddy. I don't think he watches this stuff, but hi Teddy if you are.
Teddy.
Teddy or Eddie?
Teddy is very sweet, but Teddy is also he likes things a lot and has a habit of spoiling everything. He's like he has a habit of
I remember this. Oh, yeah, dude. Wait, this is the moment. you guys
Oh,
are
I know
gonna
exactly what you're
yes.
talking. Oh, you're actually going to talk about it?
yeah.
That's so
Oh,
funny. Let's do
dude.
it.
Okay, so Teddy somehow is always watching the thing that I am about to watch or playing a game that I am about to play, and he is always like done with it. And every time that I'm talking to him about stuff, we'll talk about these things, and he'll somehow, without fail, ruin the storyline for everything I'm getting into. And I'll leave every conversation with him like, fucking Teddy, oh my God, I was just about to play this thing.
But we love you, Teddy.
I love Teddy, but
Barely.
he has a wonderful ability to just like spoil every story.
I wouldn't call that wonderful.
It was illness that makes him do that.
he's a fun guy. Well, he has been having a hard time, and he was with my pop was taking him to dinner or something like that. And he's a big fan of like Achievement Hunter and like
Oh, is he really?
Everyone
Yeah.
everyone besides us.
He's a big fan of different Rooster Teeth stuff. So I was like, "Hey, Pop, give me a call when you're in the car with Teddy, and I'll talk to him for a minute." And so they call me up. And I'm doing work around the office and stuff. This is like after hours, so it's just me and Mimi in the office, and I'm moving shit around. And so I put him on speakerphone because my hands are full and I'm moving shit.
Mistake number one.
And No, mistake number one was
You're gonna crash. You're gonna crash.
Oh, I was like, hey Teddy, we were talking a little bit like if you want some like merch or something, let me know, whatever, just trying to throw him a bone, and we're just like winding the conversation down and shit.
Talking about how we were going to come back for a wedding.
Yeah, we're gonna come back for the wedding and stuff, and it gets quiet for a second, and Teddy goes, "So are you still planning to propose to Mimi?"
Dude.
I just
Where did you hear that?
Wait, she heard it, right?
She
I
she
was
was
sitting right
she
there.
was right behind me, and I just felt like it was like somebody poured a vanilla milkshake down my back. I was like, how do I?
Well, this is what you do in that situation, man. Open the fucking door and you get out of the car. Tuck and roll. Then everything's about your injuries.
I think
My
it's
first
so
instinct
sweet.
was like, I'm gonna talk my way out of this. It's not what it sounds like. It's I'm gonna propose a
It's
what am I
so
proposing
sweet.
to her?
a trip to Jamaica.
Right, yeah.
I'm gonna propose
That
a
But like
movie.
nothing came. It was basically that. I was like, I gotta go. Bye.
Beep, beep, beep.
Mimi's reaction was so sweet, though.
Well, I like turned around and I didn't know what I expected, but she was like, "You like me," and that was like I didn't know what to expect, but it was a positive reaction. But I was like, "Is this
Oh, thank God she'll say yes.
what the fuck happened?" It was the most jarring situation, but like that's been out in the open for.
Dude,
So
that's
did
like,
you do it?
I love that fucking story.
It was so. Oh my god! It was like a fucking sitcom.
So
It was great.
did you do it?
So I proposed to Teddy, and but no, we're hanging out. 'Cause it's been busy. We got
No, we're breaking
tension
up.
is
No, we're breaking
No,
up.
I have not proposed yet, if
yeah.
you're wondering.
It's it's a progressive society. It's
I was
about
just gonna
time
say.
you proposed to me, and I want a fat rock. I want a big diamond on it. It could be.
I want a blood diamond.
I want to make sure someone's been hurt in the process
I
of
want
mining
an
this diamond.
unrefined, just rocky crystal.
Yeah.
On the
I
end of
want
mine.
a bullet that has killed several attached.
That
to
might
it.
as well be every diamond. Diamonds are terrible.
I want the
they're
bullet
awful.
that took Osama bin Laden's life.
I mean,
Dude, that's so fucking cool.
Dude, that's so fucking cool.
Can I tell you guys about when I came in Alyssa?
When you
Sure.
when you came.
Sorry. The opposite of that. My pullout game is extraordinarily strong. Everybody knows it. Everybody's been talking about it.
I don't know, dude. You seem to come inside me a
Twitter,
lot.
oh
Twitter,
no.
Twitter said different last night.
Twitter said, what did they say? What did Twitter say?
Oh.
Well, we'll get to that in a sec. Alyssa's had like some experiences with her body recently where she's like,
Were you the experiences with her body?
I was before these experiences,
Hot dog.
barely. And she was worried that she was pregnant. And we found a pregnancy test in the house from like 1985.
Good.
And, she went to go
With a
take...
rusty spoon.
Yeah, she went to go take pee-pee on it. And she comes back, and we have to wait a little bit because that's how pregnancy tests work. And she's like, "Sir, we're not ready for a baby," because I make her address this.
Pardon me, sir. She like sends you an informal email.
what are we
to
gonna
whom it
do?
may concern.
Captain, there's a baby on board. We're on land, Alyssa.
So I'm just thinking, I'm like, there's no way she's pregnant. I'm infertile. And she comes over, she brings me the baby, or she brings me the...
Oh no!
Dude, every sentence of this has became another story.
So she brings me the pregnancy test. She's like, "I can't look." And I look at it, and I'm very confused. I'm looking at it, I'm very confused.
Very upset.
Because there's a negative sign, and it also says on. And I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, she didn't do it right, or it just says on. Maybe the negative sign means that she's not and then I flipped it around,
no.
and it just says no.
I love.
no to two things. No to the baby, and even more importantly, no to what you thought.
Yeah,
Dude,
I
it's
love-
the magic pregnancy test,
That's
the
such
magic
a-
conch shell.
That's such a funny fucking story, dude.
Can I have something to eat? No. Can I have something to eat? No. Can I have something to eat? Try asking again. Can I have something to eat? No. So funny. Dude, I love that pregnancy test got it. It didn't put a smiley face or a sad face. It didn't put 1 dot or 2 dots. It just said no.
Yeah,
It
it
was
just-
like, it'll say yes
it knows
or no.
what you want.
Yeah, why is there even a plus or a negative? Yes or no? Make it say yes or no. That's it. No, there's
Wait,
no plus.
yes,
no
she's
negative.
not pregnant, or no, she is?
Clarity in those
Yeah,
moments.
yes or no are the
You
only
want,
two
like,
things.
Yes, she's
double
not
confirmation.
pregnant.
Oh my God.
And
Okay.
no, she is.
Okay. Am I going to be not pregnant, or am I not going to be pregnant?
Or am I going to be yes pregnant?
Oh, thank God.
It just says yes. It's not.
Yes.
I gotta be honest.
can't-
We're gonna need to use about 12 more of these. I have no fucking clue what this means.
I just me and Lauren watched Knocked Up again the other day for like the
Oh, it's
first
great.
time in a long time. Love that movie, so good. And the part where she's like going to the store, getting all the pregnancy tests and shit, and they're like doing all of them. And then Leslie
Oh, James is late for his pregnancy.
Freed's FaceTiming me.
On your phone?
Freed is always FaceTiming.
You can FaceTime on that?
No, it just tells me that
I
my
mean,
phone is doing that. So they're like, and then Leslie Mann is like, oh, maybe I should try one of these. And then she pees on one, and then she cuts her looking at it. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? And then she's like, oh, I think you picked up the wrong one. She's just like, oh God, that would suck. Like right next to the girl. Thank you so much to Stitch Fix, to Planned Parenthood. Thank you to Stitch Fix for sponsoring this episode. Thank you, Stitch Fix, for sponsoring this episode of Beyond the Pine. Stitch Fix has reimagined the way that we can find and buy clothes. It's unbelievably convenient. They understand that life gets busy. So you just tell them your sizes, your favorite types of clothes, and how much you want to spend, and your personal stylist is going to pick out all the clothes for you, completely based on your preferences, nothing that wouldn't be your style. And the coolest thing is you can try it before you buy it. So if an item doesn't fit, or you just don't even like it, there's no worries at all. You can send it back free of charge. You guys are probably looking at me, and you're thinking, wow, James has style.
No.
And I agree with you.
Not at
No,
all.
I agree with you. I do have
Not at
style.
all what I was thinking.
But the thing about style is that some of us have it and some of us don't. But just because a sense of style seems elusive for some doesn't mean it's impossible to attain. There's no time like the present to discover that style that's inside of you that you never knew you had and emerge it. And you can do that with a little help from our friends at Stitch Fix. Stitch Fix has completely reinvented how we find and buy clothes. You answer some basic questions about your sizes, your favorite styles, and your budget right from your laptop or your computer or your smartphone or your tablet, and they get right on it. They transfer that all to your personal stylist, and they spring into action, hand-selecting 5 new clothing items just for you. And I know what you're thinking, personal stylist sounds like it could be something very expensive that only the rich and famous or Steve from a few months ago could afford. But you can afford it too. Their personal styling fee is only $20, which is applied as a credit towards anything you keep. And since your personal stylist uses only your preferences to pick your clothes, you're still in complete control. They're never going to pick something that isn't part of your style. So once your items arrive, you can try them on, and you only pay for what you keep. If you don't like something or you want another size, you can send it back, no questions asked. And shipping is always free both ways. I love it when things are free shipping. It gives me the ultimate incentive to buy everything. Mm-hmm. So you can get your fix whenever you want, or sign up and receive scheduled shipments. The choice is yours. I love Stitch Fix. We all love Stitch Fix. And we all know that you will too. So hurry to stitchfix.com/pine to get started now. Keep all 5 items in your box and you'll get 25% off the entire purchase. That's stitchfix.com/pine
P-I-N-E.
for 25% off. Thank you so much, Stitch Fix, for the podcast.
Thank you once again, Stitch Fix,
Thanks,
for sponsoring the
Thanks,
podcast.
Stitch Fix.
Thanks, y'all.
I think
You
that-
guys get me my
I think
fix.
that was the best ad read I've ever done.
You was. You cleared it.
I think that it was the worst one that I've never gonna be seen, and it was the best.
Dude, I hope to get to a point where we all are able just to read ad reads just one fell swoop. Not for our sake, because I think it's funny when people fuck up, but for Vicky and Autumn's sake. Is it just Vicky
And
editing
out of
the
respect
podcast
for
now?
the sponsor, if you're able to
And out of
have
respect, yeah.
command out of it, and they know
Yeah,
that
that's
you
what I do for like a living. If you guys ever want help.
True.
No.
What? Well, I
Get
mean,
the battery out of your mouth, Kib.
yeah, if you ever wanted to read ad reads and stuff, I mean, granted, we should also read them consistently because, the show and the characters in it.
Yeah, Torres is a professional voice actress. And, it'll be over by the time this goes up, but she's voicing the Teen Choice Awards this weekend as an announcer.
sick.
That's so sick.
So fucking rad.
That's
So
dope, dude.
nervous.
I'm going to watch it
I'm so
literally
nervous.
just to hear your voice.
I'm
And then every
going.
time you're done announcing, I'm going to change the channel on cable that I don't have. How do I watch that without cable?
It's going to be on Fox. I think you can probably stream it on Fox.com.
I think you have to have cable, don't you?
So you were just sent the screenplay today. Or sorry, the
screenplay.
script.
No, I haven't gotten it yet.
Oh, okay.
I haven't
Oh,
gotten it
damn.
yet, but I've done some pre-roll for it.
Is it going to
already.
be... It's live, right?
Yeah, it's fucking
you there?
live.
That's
so
I'm
fucking
there
cool.
live. I'm going to be on headsets.
Are you nervous?
It's going to be at the Forum in Inglewood. I am so nervous. I'm so nervous.
Don't be.
Are you going to drink a little bit beforehand?
No.
No, you'll do great.
Will you have shaky voice? Because I get shaky voice. and I have to go.
Dude,
You gotta be like,
hold on. It's like this. It's like this. Okay, so thank you to the... Okay, our next...
well, you have to. It's
It's
like,
going to be our next announcers.
Here's mine. Welcome everyone to Teen Choice Award.
oh my god, I would love
I
if that were the announcer's voice.
thank you to Nick Cannon.
Thank you to
The-
clip the cannon.
Whatever. Good.
No, I'm even more nervous.
Good.
No, you're
Have a
gonna do
good
so
time.
fucking great, babe.
Oh, another RTX story. And it's relating to this voice thing.
Dude, I was just thinking about
We had the best
what voice
pilot
thing?
ever.
Okay.
So our pilot on the way back
he was
from
a great
Austin.
pilot because the
Yes.
pilot there to Austin, we were on the same flight with Autumn. Fucking bad pilot. Just first of all, he's like, all right, we're going to start our descent into Austin. All of a sudden, start going down. We're circling around the airport. We're like getting lower and lower and lower. All of a sudden, just.
It was like he was diving so he could have a better drop on
And then like
tilted.
we went up, and it was one of those things where you're like you get pushed down your seat, and you're like, oh fuck, dude, don't do that. And then he after that all happens, he's like, so there's another plane on the runway. We had to do our circle again around Austin International Airport.
And then the fucking route. I was telling the guys to look at the guy's monitor in front of us, the row in front of us, because he's got the route on. You can see where you've been, where you're going, and shit, or just where you've been. And this one, it goes from where we were to the destination, a big circle around the destination,
God.
and then we were going back to the destination.
Well, no,
again.
okay, so that's normal though. Like sometimes there are other planes on the thing, but his curve,
His reaction to
his
it.
I
curve
don't know,
was.
dude. I've never seen that before. Never
Oh,
had
that's
that
happened to me
happen
like twice.
Did he say whoopsie
That's not a lot,
daisy?
considering how many times.
Well,
you've
usually
probably
what they
flown.
do is
I haven't flown that much.
Really,
because like you know how remember RTX last year, when we landed back in LA. We were taxiing for like an hour and I had to piss so bad. Remember?
Oh, no.
That's because like
Well, that's what they usually do. Is they
No.
taxi. They don't fly around normally.
no, they can if there are
Normally
too many
taxi.
planes taxiing.
Yeah.
Like if it's all backed up. Like if there's already like a few planes taxiing, it's not just gonna be planes lined
Or
up
if there's
and
an issue on the actual
like
like
an
flight area.
attack.
Yeah, like an attack. But the story is about our next pilot, who bless his heart, bless his soul.
He was a good pilot.
He was a
flew
great
well.
pilot, flew well, couldn't speak worth a damn. Couldn't speak at all, barely could speak. We were just like, I didn't notice it at first, but then suddenly you have things where you'll hear it over the monitor where he's like, all right, so we're landing in close to the Nedwest. We're going to go take a half step down, take a half step up, and we're going to go down and lead the plane to get down to stuff, and then that's how everyone's going to get off. And it's just jumbled words
Dude,
mixed with, you can hear the little things.
Yeah, I think it was either he was speaking too fast over an intercom, so it doesn't pick it up well, or he was just a funny guy.
So everyone, we're going to be going. I would take a step, going to slide down that ladder, and then there's the place we're going to go land. You get to be in LA. Weather's great.
He was like this. He was like, okay, everyone, this is your pilot speaking. And we're going to just based on how to descend, and we're going to be fine. But there's been great in LA, and it's been really hot. And we're going to be in gate 43A, and we're going down.
I'm alone. I'm lonely. If you want to date me, come find me.
If you're going to be dating me, I'm going to be in Dayton, Ohio. I know what we can talk about.
No, you don't.
I believe their name is IGN.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shat the bed.
So for those of you who don't remember, or if you started watching us within a year ago from now-ish, we had a funny little interaction with IGN about a year ago. They completely ripped off our style. Completely.
It was like a fucking mock
Fact.
video of ours.
It was, and it would have been one thing to have done it and then in the description been like inspired by or like shout out to this channel or whatever. There was none of that. There was a complete just. It was the same style. Everything
Fucking
about it.
Rory, dude.
That was his name.
Rory, yeah.
I was looking for that. I was trying to see if that was the same reviewer.
No, it
No,
wasn't.
no.
It actually.
Because I think I don't know what
Dude,
that kid even did.
Guarantee you, Rory saw all this happening with IGN. He's like, "Fuck, they're gonna bring me. They're gonna fucking bring me up again."
Damn
Dude,
right, boy.
IGN's gotta stop fucking hiring people that fucking plagiarize, dude. Just make up your own shit. Inspiration's great.
Yeah.
But hey, you can't fucking take everything, man. You can't take everything from
YouTube's not the wild, wild west anymore where you can do that shit.
If you think of our like show, especially like the earlier style of the show, there were three very distinct styles that one on their own isn't anything, but three
Yeah.
together is what makes it a copy, and that's your narration, your freeze frame, and the
zoom
subtitles.
ins. Well, there's elements to those as well that are even further, like freeze frame narration,
and
didn't he
freeze frame narration,
Yeah.
black and white, flash,
Didn't
subtitles.
he also freeze frame in like a different color because you would freeze
Great.
frame. to,
So
like,
thankfully, Alex Ernst is only doing 2 of the 3. So he's
I was
going to
gonna
bring
say,
not fully
too.
copying.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen any of his other videos past the car explosion one.
It's
but
strikingly similar. Now,
apparently he's doing more of it.
well, I was going to give him
He
the
is.
benefit of the doubt the first time I saw one of those videos, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, you know what? She's having a good time. It's
Right.
just a one-off thing, and it's not that similar, I guess. And then it's probably been like a good 8 videos since then.
Yeah, it sucks because I think what it is he can recognize that there's some elements to what we're doing that he likes, obviously. And with that, there's inspiration, but he's got so much more of an audience. And I think it's on purpose. He doesn't seem like he's an idiot. So he knows that if I do it, I get way more views. So what are they going to do about it?
I have to say, it is dope that he blew up a car, though.
That is
That was
cool.
No, the
it was
video was
really
great,
cool.
man. The video was great.
we
Well, the
blew
video
up a
wasn't.
car.
The video was not.
Well, not great, but you know what I mean? He accomplished some cool things.
Yeah,
with it.
he did cool things, but
did
the
some cool
video
things.
itself not great.
He shaved his head. Like, he really worked for that video.
Well, I shaved
But-
my head too. There's another copycat.
Yeah. Yeah. Holy shit.
no.
Okay, listen, kiddo.
I'm not going to use that one as a.
No, it was a
Listen,
totally
kiddo.
different context.
And his name's
You want to make
Alex.
an arbitrary list? so
Alex,
we can-
remember Alex who worked here last week? Dude, this kid's onto something, man. We're gonna get you.
You know what?
But back to IGN.
Really quick, do you think there's any possibility that Alex has no idea of our content, never seen it?
No, we've met him.
We barely met him, dude. He was shirtless and he like looked at us and went, "Sup," and then went out to the balcony. He didn't fucking.
But
Dude, no, he's always been better than us.
Dude,
Yeah.
the bottom line is he knows Seth and Dom really well, and Seth and Dom know us.
We should talk to Seth and Dom about
yeah,
this.
we should talk to.
We should.
Should I fucking FaceTime Dom right now?
Yeah, do it easily.
Dude, I'll be right back. Let me get my phone.
Yes.
Oh wait, do I have time to pee? Do we have time to pee real quick just to take? No, because this is a quick break from this.
Okay.
What's gonna happen when the boys and the girl get back is we're going to call Dom. He's part of the group, the David Dobrik group, just like this guy Alex Ernst, and I'm gonna tell everyone here to make sure that we keep this not like crazy because we don't know Dom that well. Like, we hang out now and again at parties, and we've been trying to get him in videos and stuff because he's a cool dude. We like Dom too. He's really nice, but we just want to make sure that this conversation that we're about to have isn't like attacking him, because what the fuck does Dom know? You know what I mean? We don't even know how good of friends he is really with Alex. He could be barely, even though I think they fucking live together.
Come on, Seth.
Answer the fucking phone, Seth.
Seth.
There he
Seth.
is.
Wait, Seth. Don't say anything. You're on you're on a podcast right now.
Oh, I can't say explicit content?
No, but we have a very important thing to talk to you about.
Truly, this is real.
Okay.
So, your friend Alex Ernst, right?
Yes.
Have you noticed anything in particular recently?
What do you mean?
You know what I
Say
mean.
anything in particular?
You know what I mean, Seth. Sorry, Seth. Say that again. Say that again. Seth, say that again.
I said Alex Ernst is a clean man, but what I will say is that, yeah, a lot of people have been saying that, it's kind of similar to your guys' content with doing the voiceovers. I mean, how I honestly feel about it, I feel like, yeah, it is like somewhat like you guys, because you guys do have like the voiceover thing that you guys do. But I feel like that sort of thing is like used with a lot of other things as well, and like films and other cinematic sort of content, and I think that's like more of what he's trying to go for.
Do you think he's Do you think he's ever seen one of our videos before?
I'm pretty sure he's looked at your guys' stuff. I know he hasn't seen it until like people were saying stuff, because like there's no way possible, because I know Alex personally, and like he's not the type of person that's like, you know, like gonna like use someone else's style and like not give credit where
Do you
credit.
think he'd be willing to talk to us on another podcast or something, even like a FaceTime or something?
No, because to be honest,
No, he
I've
wouldn't.
been like talking to him about it, because like I really feel like it's not like a copying sort of situation. It's more of like you guys are in a similar lane of like creation, you know.
So he's
And I think,
aware
like,
of the
you guys-
response to this.
You said what?
So he's aware of the response to this by some people.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's aware of like, like people are commenting in like the YouTube and stuff, you know. So like people have like, said like, oh yeah, the freeze frame is kind of like Sugar Pine 7 and whatnot, you know.
Would you say his
So-
narration style is?
The way he talks as well, like even past.
It seems different than what he did before.
Yeah, well, he wasn't really making content at all before.
Well, it
So,
seems different than how he acted in other people's videos, essentially. But I guess he was just being himself, you know?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's portrayed differently, and everyone's content. You know, we all have like different hats that we wear and stuff. But yeah, as for like his own stuff, like I know for sure, like Alex was not like, I don't think he's like seen you guys' stuff like prior to
So you don't
like,
think, just to
making
like,
stuff.
sorry to like hound you about this, my dude, this is just interesting content, but to wrap it up, do you think that there's any possible way that he's taken inspiration by anything we've done at all, or is it completely random, do you think?
I think the fact that you guys are making quality content in general is like a way that like any creator is like, if any creator is doing that as well, then they are kind of like in a way following the tracks that you guys are doing. And Alex he's on that path of wanting to make like high quality content. And like I said, like,
in a weird way, you've said yes.
what do you mean?
Yes, in a respectful way, though, I think is what you mean. Like, he's taken inspiration. Sorry. Drop
Yeah,
that.
no,
Spill
I
some
mean-
Red Bull. Is your fucking cord set up, dude?
I mean, the thing is, because the truth of the matter is this: like, I cannot speak for Alex. You know what I'm saying?
Looks like we're gonna have to have Alex on for him to speak for himself.
I don't know his life. You know, like I don't know like his whole life schedule and like all the content that he watches, and that's just me being like 100% honest. You know. So
We're
like,
not trying to like
even if
start
you
drama.
say-
It's
I
just
am.
when there's like similarities that are so close to things that we do that are, you know what I mean? Like we're just trying to figure out if someone's like.
And especially
what's going
since
on.
we've experienced that in the
Yeah,
past
we've experienced
of having somebody
literal-
100% rip off our style.
legitimate copy.
Yeah, no, and to be real, I've been telling him that like, you know, like he should definitely reach out to you guys, and like I think like he's been like considering like, you know, definitely hitting you guys up and like, you know, just seeing like what could like what's going on, Richard? No, hold on, I got
Shut up, Richard.
Shut up, Richard.
real quick. Yeah, I'm on a podcast, man. I'm live. But like, you know, like I definitely think like all you guys should get together, and like I don't feel like it's more of like I said, like a copying sort of situation. I just feel like you guys are in the same lane, and like from being in the same lane, there can be like more opportunities for like both of you guys to like expand your audiences and like expand creatively.
Politician
You know?
over
Let's
there.
wrap this up.
Well, Seth, we're gonna have to wrap this up. I do appreciate you coming on the podcast. Bye. Bye, dude. Love you.
Love you, honey. Bye.
Bye, Seth.
you, man. Appreciate
James says bye as well. Bye bye. So
Dude,
Alex,
I felt like real quick. I felt like Joe Budden at the Migos interview. All right, let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap this
Just
up.
gets up and drops the mic, and they're just like about to fight him. I think Seth is an honest guy. He's not gonna. I mean, obviously he knows he's on a podcast, but he's not gonna like unless he actually knows some dirty deal.
No,
he'll
I think
text us
Seth was being
after.
very careful.
No, I think sure. Well, at the
That
same
was a
time,
tiptoe, for sure.
sure.
It was a tiptoe,
Absolutely.
but I think
But
he got to the point. Sorry to interrupt you. He got to the point where he said, first it was Alex wasn't really aware of our content. Then it was Alex knows of our content and is taking inspiration.
Did-
That's
and
what I
then
got out of
it moved on to Alex was actually thinking about hitting you guys up.
Yeah,
at
then
the
he
end of
said that.
So
Seth has told me multiple times that there's some people in that group that are
Brandon.
thinking, yeah, Brandon, but
thinking about
also-
thinking for the first.
Brandon's dope. I would love to work with Brandon.
Cool, but I think that instead of jumping on like the full on he's copying us,
Yeah, exactly.
that's like don't even waste our own mind power doing that. Like he's gonna do what he's gonna
Doesn't
do,
matter,
and if it
yeah.
comes down to if he keeps doing it and we see like more things change where it's like very much so in our direction, like then we'll adjust.
So there
from
was there are two things. One, how do you find this path? You know, like he was talking
Yeah,
about that.
that's the thing. It's like you don't just randomly start doing the same things that we're doing, and that's what I was trying to say without sounding like a douche, because the things that we're doing are so like.
What are the
So you have to plan it. You have to plan what we're doing. You don't just stumble into it.
what are the things exactly that he's doing that are the same as us?
Yeah,
It's mostly the vocal inflection that he chooses to do over, like for his narration.
the narration, the inflection of the narration,
And the like
the
freeze frame and then
freeze
the zoom
frame.
in on it.
He was
like,
doing more free frames.
In the first
freeze frames
one.
in the first one. I think he cut away from doing freeze frames. I haven't seen like all of the newer ones, but he'll do freeze frames. He'll tell a story like that, and the inflection of his voice, like a Dateline announcer or something, or like da 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 da, like
He'll
that
talk
kind of thing.
like this in his videos, but even when he's on camera like this in front of them, which is a little different than Steve's, and that's why I think, you know what, it might be a gray area where he's the first person who is doing it a little different than we are, and we might have to suck it up, and people might just start doing it. Like
Yeah,
that.
I think the
like
only way to
gameplays.
really solve is to have him
Yeah, I would
come
really
on the
love to
show
talk to
if he
him.
wants to, and talk it out on a podcast or something.
Yeah.
I will say though, he comes from vlogging with David and all of them, right? So vlogging is his probably number one go-to type of content to make because he knows it is the way.
Yeah.
So him wanting to do vlogs is naturally what the content that he would make. And then if he wants to be more creative with them, the way you get more creative with vlogging is by adding in a story. right?
And where do you get the inspiration? You watch people who are doing what you want to do.
Or whatever
Sort of.
story you want to try to tell in a vlog, right? So those things I think you could come to that conclusion on your own without copying somebody. The narration is my issue, but also, I mean, and Seth did say this, and I agree with it. We even got inspired with the narration from different stuff.
From a completely different thing. Like I got inspired from narration from watching fucking Dateline.
Yeah.
Literally like a show that is unrelated, not in the same industry at all. It's just a completely different genre as well.
And I'm not sticking up for him and saying that there's no way in hell. I'm looking at it, trying to look at it in like a reasonable way. I think that we are a bit jaded about it because we experienced being flat out copied.
We're already damaged.
So, I mean, the thing is like, I don't want to bash the guy. I'm sure he's a good guy. I really am. And I don't know if this was his intention. That's why the only way I think to really solve this is to have him on, see how he is, see what's going on in his head about this, everything.
And
to fist fight him.
It doesn't get sent to him, like relayed to him that we want to attack him.
I
like,
do.
They think you're fucking copying
Alex
you, man.
Ernst, I will punch you in the throat.
I think that like maybe one of us should reach out to Seth and be like, hey, by the way, like if you do talk to Alex about this, we don't want you to think of our attacking him. We just generally want to talk about it because we're also coming to the conclusion that maybe, there's just this new lane that is people are bound to get in anyway.
Yeah, so I want to get his take on all of it.
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna become great friends. We're gonna run away together. I want to get back to talking about IGN though, because that is a concrete copycat.
Well, I mean, they did everything right. They fired the guy, and that's
but then you look back. I mean, doing a game review, like, first of all, how do you even? You don't have the creativity to express your opinion on a game that you played, but you have to copy it. Like, you can't even it's that hard for you that you can't play the game and just be like, this is how I felt about it. That you have to copy it. At least with ours, that also takes a lot of copying and stuff like that. Like, it's hard to create a fun thing to watch through vlogging and experience and make it something that's more compelling than just a normal vlog would be. But it's still copying. Fuck Rory, dude.
Well, I have to say, in Rory's defense, unfortunately, when he did his mock-up of our videos, it's it's a different narrative. It's a different thing that he's doing, and it makes it enjoyable to watch something that probably would just be a normal vlog before. And it spiced it up for me. This video that came out is an exact rip-off, point by point of another person's thing. It's
going back to Rory.
Oh yeah,
him, that dude. I forgot that whole fucking thing happened until this shit happened the other day. With this new guy. Remember, because we were gonna do that whole obstacle course thing, and try to play it off with him, and be like, man, it is what it is.
Dude, we were trying to save him.
We were trying to save him. We were trying to bring light to it and make fun of it because that's what you do.
The whole time it was jokes.
And then.
Sort of.
What's his name?
Oh, dude, I don't remember.
One of their executives.
Sorry, I was talking
you get on a call with him. He goes, yeah, I just really feel bad for Rory and all this. That was the moment for me where I was like, oh, you guys are fucking pieces of shit, dude.
Yeah.
Understand.
I got to remember what that guy's name was.
Too, you know what I mean? If they had been yeah, fuck him, then they're
there's no way about being oh, fuck him. It would have been oh, you know what? After discussing with other people or whatever, we do see the similarities and we're sorry that
you're right.
But he never once was yeah, I think there might have been some inspiration and maybe he should have sourced you guys as an inspiration and let's try to get to the bottom of this. He was yeah, I just feel bad for Rory and all this, not ever addressing any sort of blame.
And he kind of said, I only feel bad for, that's how it came off, is I only feel bad for Rory in this situation.
And that's when I realized the conversation, that's when I realized the conversation was never going to get anywhere that we wanted. So I was like, oh, what about the child porn that Rory looks at? And
dude, did we ever put that on?
No, we never put that in a video.
Fuck, I wish we kept that.
It was on a call.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it was on a call that we just talked about.
Yeah, we recorded the call.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
We didn't actually upload anything of it because I don't know what IGN spends their time doing if they take legal action against people.
Yeah, they probably would have.
Dude, maybe they've changed, because they got rid of this guy, although there was much more of an internet outrage than there was on. Although again, Phil and Keemstar both covered this thing about us back in the day.
They covered our thing too?
Maybe Phil just tweeted about it. He might have, I think he might have, Keemstar made a video and it included one of the stories was this, but then Phil tweeted about it. I imagine.
Well, I think the other thing with this was that the guy that the guy from IGN copied this time was a smaller YouTuber, so he was fucking on the little guy there. He was punching down. It's in our situation, it was it didn't really hurt us.
Yeah.
But for him, that was really painful for him because he works so hard.
Oh, that totally makes sense.
Interesting. He thought he'd be walked over.
Maybe that kind of is also why we feel a little bit more mad about the Alex thing too, because he gets so many more views. So it's kind of like punching
It's a
down.
jealousy
Don't
thing.
take our thing and do better things with it.
I'm legitimately not like mad. I was more mad about the Rory thing because I think it was
Yeah.
such a new feeling
Oh,
to me because
yeah.
this was like,
we were still like
was our
we were
baby.
getting that traction. I don't remember exactly like what month that happened, but I think it was before we had an office for sure. It was like 2 months in maybe.
I think it's because, okay,
'Cause
so
we were in-
here's,
we were in
June.
Steve's.
here's the reason why I think that
Yeah,
bummed me out
it was
so bad.
June.
It's because we were still trying to figure out who we were as content creators. And then when someone makes like the same thing as you, I think in the back of my head, I'm like, what happens if they make it before us? What happens if they figure it out before us, you know? Like, even though he was a smaller creator, it's just, it was a worry. And now, you know, we've got someone and we're sort of, I mean, I don't want to say we're punching, but it feels like we're punching up. And when I punch up, I don't like feel bad about it. Like it doesn't truly hurt me. Like I'm not mad at Alex Ernst or anything.
We should, yeah. I honestly like. I'd love to like get him on here and talk about it.
Yeah.
And clear the air, and then work together, and then kill him.
Yeah.
I think that like, fuck. I had a fucking point.
Oh, dude, this is the second time. You can do this, James.
Come on,
Please,
man,
just
pull
think.
it together.
Just think, brain man. Think, big brain. You were just talking- you think,
We need to copy someone else.
dude. Yeah, we actually should. Who should we copy?
Shane Dawson.
Shane Dawson. Oh, he's
Yeah,
so funny.
yeah.
I wish we had him on a podcast.
Come on, Shane.
Dude,
Kib.
there could be room
Hey,
for
Shane,
a
give
parody
us a
version.
call.
Ours
think-
is more parody.
Actually, Shane, I think follows me on Twitter. So, but he also follows like 30,000 people.
We've been telling you to hit him up. Hey,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's get him.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at hitting people up. I
Dude,
don't know
Lil
why.
B follows me on Twitter.
Same.
He follows like 1.8 million people.
Who's Little Beef?
Little
Lil
B,
B.
based god,
The base god.
based god.
Oh, he's awful.
You said, oh, like you were like, yes. Oh, I,
I mean,
know now.
we do like the parody stuff
Yeah.
from time to time within our show, which I think
But I
is
mean-
is a funny way to do it. Like the parody stuff within our show. Like
Oh,
and
like
it works
Brave
a lot.
Wilderness
Brave
and all that?
Wilderness. We have another video
Kip
coming
DeMuro.
out.
What,
that we
what
wanna
else
talk
do we
about.
have?
Wait, what?
Can we talk
Another
about
kind of parody that we did not too long ago.
I am so confused. What?
A hat.
Oh,
okay.
that's not of a
really
YouTuber though.
Yeah, like
It
YouTuber
is.
parody. Oh yeah. it
Oh
is.
yeah. That's not out yet. Oh my god.
But that wasn't a direct parody. That was.
It
more
kind of
like
was, but it was like it was
taking the
parodying more so
universe.
the idea.
It was
of
using
yeah,
that
but it was like-
idiocy.
yeah. But I'm fucking stoked for that video. I think it's one of our funniest videos. And on that note,
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching.
Wait, I have a
and
plug.
oh yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
this is very important.
So in LA right now, summer is the worst season for overcrowding at the shelters,
yeah,
and
yeah.
there are so many pets that are in danger of being euthanized unless people go out and they foster or adopt. And please just take a minute, if you can spare some space in your home and in your heart, please go out and adopt or just foster and until they can find the right home. This is a really urgent situation, and
or if you know somebody who's
Yeah.
looking for a
Yeah.
pet,
yes, please adopt, don't shop, and please spread the word and go out there and get yourself a little thing.
Adopt, don't shop,
Yeah.
kid.
The link's
buying
down
one.
below in the description.
I'll be renting.
renting.
If you're on the edge or on the verge of getting a dog, or is it any animal?
It's dogs, cats, all of the.
If you're on the verge of getting one and you're in California, please help out there.
Yeah.
And link it in the description.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. And that about wraps up episode 51. Thank you guys for tuning in. This one actually went a little bit long.
Yeah, it did. Check out all of our social medias. We've got some official SB7 at official SB7 on Instagram and Twitter. We've got a subreddit r/SugarPint7. Send us cool stuff at our PO box. We love getting gifts from you guys, and every time that we check it, we'll put it in a little video, a little bit of us opening all the shit. That's also in the description. What else is there? Merch.
Do we have
Buy
new merch
our
out?
merch. So we do
Yeah.
have our short sleeve hoodie that's out. It's a black hoodie. It's
cool.
really cool. We have some really cool collections that are going to be coming out these next quarters.
When does that come out?
Oh, this guy, I'm gonna have to double check.
I want this one so bad.
This is such a dope shirt. It's like a baseball jersey. It's got like that meshy kind of. Oh,
It's
I love
really
this
good
shirt.
quality.
It's dope.
Like
Yeah.
everything is so good.
Rooster
so high
Teeth's
quality.
merch, like their vendors now, like they've stepped it up. Like with all the vendors, they get great quality merch. They have an amazing design crew. Like Griffin, if anybody was at RTX, they know about the stuff we sold there. Griffin Ramsey designed some of our designs and logos on the shirts, and also built us unbelievable sculptures out of wood. We have it.
where's the sculpture?
It's going to be probably on next week's podcast. We'll show it on the set. But yeah, so check out our merch. Check
Really
out
helps
our.
us out.
Yeah.
And
that's
also,
a way to directly support us for sure.
Yeah.
Also,
And
big
thanks
thank
for
you
coming
to.
to
Oh yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
great
If
to
we
meet
met you.
Despite everything that we were saying, we're still recovering from the tiredness and all that. We appreciate you guys the most that we possibly could. It's like you guys are the reason that we do this. We love making you guys laugh, you know?
And there were way more good interactions.
Oh, yeah.
by a fucking
99%.
Yeah, we were just talking about the bad ones because it's funny to talk about on
Yeah,
the podcast.
exactly.
The great ones were all fucking great. There was a million great.
But no one cares about the great ones.
Exactly. Like, you'd be like, yeah, we get it. Oh,
Also
Seth,
wanna-
wait, Seth is
this year-
FaceTiming us.
Oh no.
Really?
We'll take this one off camera.
Okay, also want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors for this episode, Quip and Stitch Fix. Thank you guys. Without you guys, we wouldn't exist. Go check them out in the link in the description as well. And that about wraps it up.
And
Thank you guys for
scene.
coming.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Shit happened, and we kind of went our separate ways. That's it. I mean, obviously, there's more to it. But
I mean, you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to at all.
Well, I killed her father, and it was hard for her.
Okay, that's
so-
an actually like you just that's illegal.
No, I'm on trial. I shouldn't be talking about it, but I'm on trial.
Thanks, man.
Did you even think about that? How illegal?
I certainly didn't.